Converse with one another about your cravings. Have a good time together, and share new encounters to remind yourself how you became hopelessly enamored. Clasp hands. Contact. Embrace. Engage in sexual relations regardless of whether you need to. That's what many couples find assuming they compel themselves to have intercourse. Soon it doesn't become work and they recall that they like sex. The body answers with a surge of cerebrum synthetics and different changes that can help. Recollect that there is no set point for the perfect proportion of sex in a marriage. The perfect proportion of sex is the sum that fulfills the two accomplices, a remedy for a superior sexual coexistence. Assuming that your sexual coexistence has melted away, it can require investment and work to get it in the groove again. The best arrangement is generally basic, however quite hard for some couples. Begin discussing sex. Track down 2 bits of paper and 2 pens. Presently, plunk down with your accomplice so every one of you can record 5 things you need a greater amount of during sex with your accomplice. The responses ought not be point-by-point sex acts, albeit that is fine assuming it means quite a bit to you. In a perfect world, your responses ought to zero in on ways of behaving you want, being chatty, heartfelt, delicate, trial or bold. Assuming that you resemble the couples in Dr. Hatfield's exploration, you might find that you share definitely more, practically speaking, as far as sexual cravings than you understand. Here are the responses Dr. Hatfield's couples gave. How about we see what couples shared practically speaking? The two accomplices needed enticement, directions and trial and error. The primary distinction for people is where sexual craving starts. Men maintained that their spouses should start sex more regularly and be less restrained in the room. In any case, for ladies, conduct outside the room additionally made a difference. They maintained that their accomplice should be hotter, useful in their lives, and they needed love and praises both all through the room. Analyze your enthusiasm level. The brain science teacher Elaine Hatfield has proposed that the adoration we feel from the get-go in a relationship is not quite the same as what we feel later. From the get-go, love is energetic, meaning we have sensations of profound yearning for our mate. Longer-term connections create companionate love, which can be depicted as profound warmth and unmistakable inclinations of responsibility and closeness. Where does your relationship arrive on the range of adoration? The enthusiastic love scale, created by Dr. Hatfield, of the College of Hawaii, and Susan Sprecher, a brain research and human science teacher at Illinois State College, can assist you with checking the energy level of your relationship. When you see where you stand, you can begin chipping away at infusing more enthusiasm into your association. Note that while the scale is broadly utilized by relationship analysts who study love, the test is in no way, shape or form the last word on the well-being of your relationship. Take it for entertainment only and let the inquiries move you to converse with your accomplice about enthusiasm. All things considered, no one can tell where the discussion could lead. Get it done, engage in sexual relations, regardless of whether you're not in that frame of mind. Sex triggers hormonal and compound reactions in the body, and regardless of whether you're not in that frame of mind, odds are you will arrive rapidly once you start. Set aside a few minutes for sex. Occupied accomplices frequently say they are excessively occupied for sex. However, curiously, truly bustling individuals appear to carve out opportunity to have illicit relationships. The truth of the matter is, sex is great for your relationship. Focus on it. Talk. Ask your accomplice what the person in question needs. Shockingly, this is by all accounts the greatest test couples face with regards to rebooting their sexual experiences. The initial 2 ideas are simple, yet we should carve out opportunity to investigate the third step, conversing with your accomplice about sex. Dr. Hatfield of the College of Hawaii is one of the trailblazers of relationship science. She fostered the energetic love scale we investigated before in this aid. At the point when Dr. Hatfield led a progression of meetings with people about their sexual longings, she found that people share substantially more for all intents and purpose than they understand. They simply tend not to discuss sex with one another. Here is a straightforward activity, in light of Dr. Hatfield's exploration, that could gigantically affect your sexual coexistence. How much sex would you say you are having? We should begin with the uplifting news. Serious couples truly have more sex than every other person. Try not to trust it. While the facts really confirm that solitary individuals can entertain you with accounts of insane sexual episodes, recollect that solitary individuals additionally go through lengthy droughts. A Walk 2017 report found that 15% of men and 27% of ladies detailed they hadn't engaged in sexual relations in the previous year. What's more, 9% of men and 18% of ladies say they haven't engaged in sexual relations in 5 years. The principal factors related with a sexless life are more seasoned age and not being hitched. So whether you're having dedicated or wedded sex 1 time each week, 1 time each month, or only 6 times each year, the truth of the matter is that there's still somebody who might be listening having less sex than you. What's more, in the event that you're one of those individuals not having intercourse, this will encourage you. Americans who are not having intercourse are similarly all around as cheerful as their physically dynamic partners. And no-sex marriage. For what reason do a few couples sizzle while others misfire? Social researchers are reading up no-sex relationships for signs about what can turn out badly in connections. Treatment. A few researchers estimate that developing utilization of antidepressants like Prozac and Paxil, which can push down the sex drive, might be adding to an expansion in sexless relationships. While certain couples in sexless relationships are blissful, actually the more several has, the more joyful they are together. It's difficult to revive a marriage that has done without sex for a really long time, however it tends to be finished. On the off chance that you can't live in a sexless marriage yet you need to remain wedded, see a specialist, see an advisor, and begin conversing with your accomplice. Here are a portion of the means specialists prescribe to get a sexless marriage back.